Hello guys, welcome to my 10th video. Today we are going to talk about a player which Bayern Munich has signed, that is Ismail Saibari. So yes, it is true that we tried to sign Anthony Gordon, but due to the extremely high fee demanded by Newcastle, we decided not to proceed with that. So now Saibari, also known as the Towel Man of Morocco. You know why? So yes, he is a very exciting talent. He can play a lot of positions. Many people were arguing that he might not be a winger or some kind of same similar profile like Luis Diaz, because we are trying to find a backup for Luis Diaz and Harry Kane who can play both the profiles, just like Nicholas Jackson. Harry Kane is not like a classic number 9. He just floats around the pitch wherever he finds space. He just drops too much, like in our defense box and defense. He even makes sliding tackles, but also in the similar way he is useful in giving long passes and also clinical in front of goal too. Now why Saibari? Because company as a manager, what he needs from his wingers are to stretch the players wide, to make the pitch much more wider, so that the other players like Kane, Musiala, the central players can just attack the central areas. So yes, Saibari is a player who will attack the central areas, not for the wide profiles, as I feel, in my opinion. So I just came across with a guy from Twitter who just made an analysis on how will Saibari be a effective signing for Bayern Munich. So I will just share you with the pictures, and his account name is Sway Analyze. If I'm not taking the name correctly, pardon me for that. But I will just post the picture of his Twitter account. You can follow him there too. I was really impressed with the thread because it really gave us a larger perspective of how a player can be used in various profiles. So here you can see in the first picture where Luis Diaz is resting. So in this case, Davis will give the same pace and same width like Diaz, and Musiala will be helping Davis in that. Now Saibari will attack the spaces which is being left behind by Kane, because Kane always drops deep. So yes, this is one perspective. Now another perspective is that where Musiala gets a rest. So here the same thing, Diaz capability to take on one-on-one, and company wants from his fullbacks to get in the inverted fullback position kind of places where they can also score some goals, or they can create opportunities to score goals for others. That's why Davies will sweep in the central parts and Diaz will stay in the wider parts. Now Kane as usual, he will drop deep, and Saibari will attack the same spaces. Now the third variation, in which let's say that Kane is resting, then what to do? Then we can use Musiala and Saibari and Diaz and Davies. So in all the aspects, Davies is very important. So yes, you can understand that we need, whenever Davis is injured, we need a similar profile like Davis who will run fast and who can just take on defenders when needed. So in this last scenario, Luis Diaz will take a similar position like a false 9, you can say, or a winger sometimes, according to the game position. So I am only pointing out these three scenarios. So here Saibari will drop deep and Luis Diaz will attack the D box. Also Musiala helping him, and here Davis will give Luis Diaz the width he needs to attack the central spaces. This guy can play a very different kind of profiles. Yesterday only he was playing as a false 9 in the Moroccan national team against Madagascar and scored 2 goals. So yes, he's a very fluid and versatile kind of attacker who can just drift in any kind of positions the coach wants and the team wants. So yes, the thread was very good. It was really interesting to see that the people in Twitter have such insights to give, and obviously company will know much better than this how to use him, since this is a company signing specially. So nothing is going against what company wants. And about the financials, so PSV rejected the last bid of 40 to 40 plus 5 million, approximately in that ballpark range. They want to make Saibari their highest transfer ever. They want to break a record previously which was set at 50 million. So they want to break that. But we have a little bit advantage because we have a good relationship with PSV, since we have the few transfers of Malik Tillman and Paul Werner, which was successful. PSV rejected our last bid of 40 plus 5, and they were holding out at a fee more than 60 or in the range of 60, but the deal was completed at 50 plus 5 million. It is a very good deal considering that Gordon would have cost 80 million. I would not say that Saibari is a better player than Gordon, but obviously a different profile, and it all depends on how the coach will use that particular player. This was a purely company signing, and both our sporting director Max Eberl and coach Vincent Company wanted him, and they got him. And I really hope that he will have a banger of a season. He will score many goals and help us win a lot of titles. But I just hope that this is not the only signing we make. I just wish that we at least make another attacker and few changes in our defense also. That's it. Choose.